Think a plant has to look ugly to wreck your life? Meet the Callery Pear. In spring, it bursts into snowy blossoms that look like buttered popcorn, absolutely charming from a distance. But get closer, and the smell hits you, more like last week's tuna than a spring bouquet, and those branches. Brittle as chalk. One good gust of wind, and they snap right onto your car, your roof, or anything unlucky underneath. And here's the kicker, this pear is just the opening act. Out there are 14 more botanical troublemakers that can strangle forests, crack your foundation, and leave you with a removal bill big enough to ruin your weekend. Ready to meet the rest of the rogues? Let's roll. We all dream of the perfect backyard, but one wrong plant can turn paradise into chaos. Meet 15 beautiful troublemakers that wreck homes, forests, and your wallet. Landscapers once hyped buckthorn as the perfect tough hedge, but here's the truth. Birds devour its laxative berries, then drop purple seeds everywhere they fly. Fast forward 10 years, and your backyard turns into a wall of thorns, so thick even squirrels need GPS to navigate. The only winning move, yank it while it's still small. Wait until trunks reach 2 inches, and you'll be paying professionals with chainsaws. Purple Loosestrife, one spike can drop 2.7 million seeds that ride wind, boots, and wetland muck. A single yard can seed an entire watershed. Swap it for native blazing star same magenta fireworks. Zero hostile takeover. Japanese knotweed. Mention this at a mortgage office and watch the loan officer blanch. In the UK, banks deny loans until a management plan is on file. Its rhizomes punch through asphalt and once pierced a London living room wall. Don't chop and drop every shard roots. Cut, bag, solarize, repeat for about 3 years. The Norway Maple may look like just another shady tree, but its canopy is so dense, even dandelions give up. Native sugar maple seedlings. They don't stand a chance. If you've already got one in your yard, there's still hope. Girdle it in spring to weaken the tree, and replace that space with a red oak or a serviceberry that actually supports wildlife. English ivy. Ivy climbs with aerial roots that pry mortars like slow crowbars. University of Georgia says it adds 300 pounds of wind sail weight to a big oak aloe. Storm damage. Snip the vines at the base, wait for them to die, then peel gently. Yank too early, and you'll rip bark like a banana peel. Multiflora Rose, living fence, they said in the 30s. Now it forms tunnels, cows and hikers can't bust through. One bush can arch 10 feet, tiproot, and start a new colony. Hoe it flat 3 times a year, for 2 seasons, and you'll starve the roots. Tatarian Honeysuckle tricks you with its sweet pastel blossoms, but don't be fooled. The berries look tempting, yet for birds they're just candy, lots of sugar, zero nutrition. Even worse, native caterpillars can't touch the leaves, which means the entire food web starts to collapse. Want the same splash of color without the damage? Plant coral honeysuckle instead. Hummingbirds will thank you. Burning bush turns heads with brilliant red fall color, but don't be fooled. Each hedge drops thousands of winged seeds that grow even in shade, slowly taking over local woods. Massachusetts even finds retailers who sell it. Swap it for high bush blueberry, same scarlet glow. Edible fruit, zero guilt. Garlic mustard may look harmless, but this biennial sneaks chemicals into the soil that kill the fungi young trees rely on. The trick, catch it early. Before seed capsules form. A quick tug is all it takes. Wait until August, and you're stuck battling a seed bank that can last 5 years. Callery pear, or Bradford pear, blooms beautifully in spring, but the smell is like rotting fish. Its hybrid babies grow tunch, thorns that can flatten tires. Several Midwest states offer pear buybacks. Bring a before and after photo. Get a native replacement. Grab your saw and breathe easier. Garden writers call it vinca minor, but bees call it the green tsunami. It's Stolen's root at every node, and 1 square yard can smother a decade of wildflowers. Solarize with black plastic, or expect a recurring nightmare. Yellow archangel looks classy in pots, but near the woods it spreads like a turbo carpet. Miss even a small piece when pulling, and it'll grow back. Try wild ginger or creeping phlox instead. Goutweed, also known as bishop's weed, was once a humble salad green for monks. Today, gardeners curse it when rhizomes tunnel under driveways and pop up on the other side. The only reliable solution: install an 18-inch root barrier, or grow it in a pot on concrete tand. Never spill a single piece. Japanese barberry, tiny leaves, big headache. Its dense canopy raises humidity, creating a perfect tick nursery. Studies show twice the tick density under barberry compared to native shrubs. Deer avoid it, letting thickets spread. Swap it for dwarf, Fothergilla fragrant spring blooms, zero lime risk. Wisteria's lavender racemes look gorgeous, but mature vines can snap century-old oak limbs. One homeowner paid $8,000 after a heritage cherry was crushed. Want romance? Choose American Wisteria and prune after bloom. Pause. Have you battled any of these plant thugs? Share your war stories in the comments. Your warning could save another gardener years of regret. Post a before and after photo. We love redemption arcs. Beautiful doesn't always mean harmless. Choose plants that get along with neighbors, pollinators, and property lines, so your garden stays the sanctuary you intended. If this list saved you money or a cracked foundation, subscribe, share it with fellow gardeners, and check out our video on well-behaved native alternatives. Happy headache-free gardening.
Thanks for watching. Happy nice day.